You know, they removed the guards and they made the move. And although it was considered an impossible task, they got into the castle and they avenged their master, rescued Lord Bartok's wife and child from slavery, and restored the Bartok name in the Bartok clan. But obviously the Emperor had to punish them for this. Now these men were seen as heroes, but Commander Raiden made a deal beforehand. He said, look, there will be a punishment. Now my men will not ask for a reprieve on this, but there is something we can do. I will follow them. Let my men go free. They'll have no punishment against my men, and I will take the punishment. So he gave his sword and the command to his lieutenant, and he took the Emperor's wrath for avenging Lord Bartok. Now that is one hell of a man. Men even. You know, it's a cracking film. Watch it. It's based on a true story. You know, because basically, like, the best films are the ones that are basically based on true stories. You know, in my eyes anyway. But this was phenomenal. You know, and like, men were men then. You know, they were just you know, they were tough, and obviously things have changed now. You know, obviously I know that, but it still does not alter the fact that, you know, it was all about honour and respect back then. That's all gone now. You know, it's all gone. And it'll never ever be, you know, it'll never ever be like that again, you know. But we are very lucky, you know. We're living in times now. I know COVID's about, but I've got my suspicions on that as well, you know. I mean, you know, they say that more people die from the flu every year than COVID, but why was nothing said about the flu, you know? And you know, there's been reports about people having these jobs, and then them putting chips inside you so they can monitor where you're going and what you're doing. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, I have heard people say this. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised one bit. You know, because your smartphone, you know, look at, I'm not into crime anymore, but if you're a criminal, do not take your smartphone if on a bit of graft. You know, if you're doing anything like that, because it just monitors you everywhere you've been, and you know, it may as well be an open book to the police, basically. You know, smartphones. You know, they can tell every step you've made, where you've been. You know, and we don't know, like I say, what the technology, what they've got. You know, I was told that whatever the CIA say, what technology they've got, they're 1,000 years ahead of what they've really got. But we're not allowed to say that. I mean, even the president isn't allowed access to these black ops missions, you know, with advanced technology and, you know, AI and stuff like that, you know. The president, I mean, the president's meant to be, you know, he's the ruler of the free world, and he's not allowed access. So what does that tell you? You know, he's a puppet. You know, I mean, Donald Trump was a puppet, because in my eyes, that election was just blatantly fixed by Russia. You know, Putin blatantly had him put in power. You know, just like we put Saddam Hussein in power. You know, same thing. Exactly the same thing. I must admit though, Vladimir Putin has got some power. You know, I mean, he's ruled Russia now since 2021 year. You know, and he's got some pull, he's got some power, that man. You know, I mean, if you cast your minds back to 2006, when they murdered the Russian spy, radiation poison, Litvinenko, that was his name, Alexander Litvinenko, and he was standing at a bus stop and someone walked past him with an umbrella and just bumped into him, and just a pinprick, and then you seen him in hospital 6 to 7 days later with radiation poisoning, no hair, and then he died, you know, because he knew too much, you know. So these things are going